What's this? Another video about Sephiroth? You must really like him. Yes, I do in fact really like Sephiroth's character very much. For many reasons, which I won't be able to name right now on the spot. But I imagine you like Sephiroth too, otherwise you wouldn't have clicked on this video. Unless you didn't like the title, were intrigued or misclicked, which is completely fine. Some of you might think that there is a bunch of different Sephiroths that extend from the spectrum of evil to good, that appear throughout Remake and Rebirth in many different scenes to either manipulate, deceive, and even help Cloud. However, I disagree. If you were to say that about Aerith, that there was two of them that existed since the beginning of Remake, I would agree with you. There's the future Aerith, that in a similar way as Sephiroth, somehow, someway, through the livestream, she traveled back in time to deliver important information to the Aerith of the present. In a sense, the Aerith of Remake became the future Aerith, and then she didn't. As Rebirth started, we were informed that the present Aerith lost some of her memories to the Whispers when she was in a room back at the Shinra Tower. In Remake, very key memories might I add. It could have changed the future of Rebirth as we know it, but it was only temporarily, as Aerith once again would be gifted with the knowledge of the future that she had previously lost in the past. Still with me? Anyway, unlike Aerith, who is a character that embodies the power of friendship that makes her and all those around her be one of their greatest assets, Sephiroth is the complete opposite, who instead of using cooperation, he alone exclusively focuses on manipulation in order to achieve his goals. Through the use of Genova cells that he has control over, he manipulates and takes over the beings he deems fit and can serve purpose for his ultimate goal, Cloud being the only exception to that. In regards to the disposed part, that is, Sephiroth has no qualms in breaking Cloud apart as many times as he needs to. If at the end of the day, a brainwashed Cloud can join him in a world of complete emptiness, where the only two of them exist, that might be acceptable for him. But knowing Sephiroth, that is only the beginning, and it might not stop there, until everything in the universe experiences pain. And this gets me to the point of, how can there be more than one Sephiroth? The way that I understood until now is that the Sephiroth from the OG FF7 died, or more accurately, he lost to Cloud and company 3 times. Then later, in Advent Children, he lost again to Cloud, while semi-incarnating the body of his weird brother. After that, he understands that this is just not working, and comes to a realization, an epiphany. If Cloud in the current world is in cannot be easily beaten, then why not try again when no one is strong enough and is ready to oppose him? And that's exactly what Sephiroth did, using unknown methods. With the livestream as its blueprint, he managed to return in time, right up until this exact point, which then gave birth to the beginning of the Final Fantasy VII Remake continuity. Yes, I'm getting to the Sephiroth thing. Let me cook. So, how come there's only one Sephiroth, if the future Sephiroth just arrived to the present? I remind you once again, the way Aerith and Sephiroth operate is very different. The present Aerith becomes aware of the future, with the information that the future Aerith provides. She doesn't take over her body and becomes her just like that, unless maybe at this point, but it is only for a very brief moment. Why would Sephiroth want to have a shared custody of his psyche with a previous version of himself if he can just assimilate himself to him? It's a no-brainer. But I can already hear some of you asking me,
Oh, but Sephiroth in the Japanese version refers to himself differently throughout Remake and Rebirth. Explain that.
Don't we do the same thing? You can refer yourself to me, myself, and I. See? Question answered. I'm kidding. Not really, but I can do better than this. Listen, the most obvious thing that we do not see in both Remake and Rebirth is conflict. Conflict between the supposedly different Sephiroths. every time that Sephiroth manifested himself was to manipulate Cloud and other characters around him, but with much more importance on Cloud. So things could go on a specific order that would favor Sephiroth later, which he has already reaped some results in Rebirth. The only person that could make a difference since he arrived to the present was Aerith. If she hadn't figured out time travel like Sephiroth did, we would have played a very different remake. I will give some small credit to the planet and the possibility that it helped her going back and even assist her distributing information. But in a dumb move, the planet later took some important memories from her. So that's a big L for the planet, and in consequence, the rest of the party. Sephiroth is already dangerous as it is, and is becoming stronger by the day. Then the planet decides, let's nerf Aerith. Hey, that sounds fair. Ah, you goddamn doofus. Oh well. And another thing I would like to point out. The influence of Sephiroth compared to early Remake, in the end, Sephiroth could do much more in the world, as his influence and power over the world grew. And of course, in Rebirth, it's even more prevalent in the story, constantly being a reminder for Cloud and us that he is watching and waiting. And for now, that's all. I would like to thank you for watching this video until now. I hope you have a good day. Take care and stay safe, everyone.